he's taken our last two chances until we have money back or the embryos back or the embryos back. There isn't a next step for us. There isn't anything we can do at this point.
Fox 17 News investigates after hundreds of families are shattered when a Nashville fertility center abruptly shuts down back in April. Since then, lawsuits and allegations are stacking up against the Center for Reproductive Health.
As Fox 17 News' Megan O'Halloran shows us tonight, for those patients who trusted Dr. Jaime Vasquez, Dr. Ferrer Dyer, and this practice, it has changed their family planning trajectory.
For the last 20 years, people showed up here at their most vulnerable with hearts and wallets wide open. Families struggling with infertility, single women in a race against the clock, some battling cancer, trying to protect their future. The Center for Reproductive Health has been the last stop on the painful journey that led them here. Aaron and Gregor Meyer have been trying to have children for the last 6 years. It's become a $65,000 investment, and so far, they have nothing to show for it.
We have spent so much money on IVF. We have, it is not cheap. It has taken all of our savings. And for this last round, this last time, we were like, all right, we had to pull out of retirement for it. And it was a one-time deal. We were only going to do it once.
Money the Meyer family may never get back. 42-year-old Aaron is listed as Jane Doe 3 in this complaint filed by the Attorney General's office outlining alleged egregious mismanagement, negligence, and deceit at the hands of Dr. Jaime Vasquez, owner and operator of the now defunct Center for Reproductive Health in Nashville. A judge issued a temporary restraining order and turned the business over to a court-appointed receiver after CRH suffered a complete collapse and ran out of money to pay staff members. The first of many troubling revelations.
What we inherited was a business in complete disarray, not just financially, but ultimately organizationally. It wasn't protected properly with insurance.
In court records, attorneys for Dr. Vasquez say that he hasn't taken a salary for the last year and accuses staffers of giving themselves unauthorized raises. On top of that,
there are allegations that one of the employees that represented himself as a doctor is in fact not a medical professional. And so obviously that whole situation comes into play.
Ferrer Dyer is listed on social media pages for CRH as Dr. Dyer. And now his medical background has come into question. There is speculation he's left the country. It's all part of a Metro Police investigation. Another infuriating development for the Meyer family.
It's sort of the Wild West. IVF is the Wild West. And who's got the oversight? Who's making sure that he's not taking advantage of his patients?
At the end of their fertility journey, the Meyers say they're now out of time and out of money. They adopted 2 embryos from the clinic that were being stored in cryopreservation tanks on site, but they have no idea if the genetic material is viable or even being properly cared for at this point. The court has ordered all genetic material to be transported to Tennessee Fertility Institute, where it will undergo a full medical audit. But the court-appointed receiver doesn't have the confidence that the center's record keeping will be accurate enough to get the specimens back to its rightful owners. Dr. Vasquez initially filed for bankruptcy, but the state convinced him to pause that pursuit until patients have successfully been reunited with their genetic material. The Meyers, with a dream on a deadline that now feels so far out of reach, are waiting for their day in court to come face to face with the doctor they put their entire trust into and hope to tell him this.
You have taken our hope. You took our money. You probably took our last 2 chances to have children. I don't know how you live with yourself, and I don't know how you think you were going to ride into the sunset thinking you got away with this.
The Metro District Attorney's Office sent a letter to former patients saying that the facts of this case do not meet the legal requirements necessary to pursue a criminal prosecution for rape by fraud under state law here in Tennessee. But the U.S. Attorney's Office is actively investigating.